Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Friday. We've made it to the end of another week. Of course, today is May the 31st, and of course, this is the last day of May, and it's hard to believe that we're now almost through the fifth month of this year. About ready to start June. But anyway, I hope that you had a wonderful Thursday. Hope you had a wonderful day and were able to, kind of maybe start winding things down, maybe kind of looking toward, the weekend. And anyway, hopefully, maybe ready to kind of finish things up today. But anyway, God has really blessed us with, another new day ahead of us here on this Friday. And I hope this morning finds you feeling well. Hope this morning finds you well rested and now ready to tackle the opportunities that God has blessed us with. This morning I want to share with you a devotional entitled "Our Cross to Bear." The cross today, it's a symbol for many, and when we see the cross on top of a building, we as believers would conclude that, it must be a church, because to us, the cross is a symbol of the Christian faith. But, for others, it's maybe just a fashion accessory. Maybe it's a variety of, things for a variety of people. In the first century, however, even the word cross was offensive, and it was bothersome because the cross represented a painful death. Now, the Romans, they didn't invent the cross, but, they took crucifixion to another level. They designed it to, cause pain and torture. There were more efficient ways to execute someone. But for the worst criminals, the Romans, they used crucifixion. They nailed them to crosses, which resulted in, a slow death. This served as a warning, to anyone who dared to revolt against, the power of Rome. It wasn't uncommon to see crucified men on the roads leading into Roman cities. And so when Jesus told, the disciples, that he would die on a cross, it meant something to them. But then he made it even more personal. He said this in Matthew chapter 16, verses 24 and 25. He said, "If any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it." Jesus wasn't merely addressing these words, to the disciples in the first century. I mean, he was addressing them to disciples in every century, and so he's still talking to us today. To give up your own way, that means to put, God's will and his desires above your own. I mean, selfish people will find, this outrageous and even offensive. Narcissists need not apply. In day-to-day living, take up your cross means to die to yourself. Sometimes people, they describe whatever difficulty they have in life as their cross to bear. A mother might say, "Well, my children are really trouble, but that's my cross to bear in life." And the mother's children, no doubt, will say, "Well, our mother, that's our cross to bear." Now, you might have a difficulty that you're facing right now, and so you say, we all have our crosses to bear, and I guess this is mine. And while we have our challenges and problems in life, that's not what Jesus meant here. In the first century, if you saw someone walking through, the city, carrying a cross, it meant only one thing. That person was about to die. And so therefore, when we read that we're to take up the cross and follow Jesus, it means that we're to die to ourselves. Listen, we don't hear messages about this very often, and maybe the reason the church today is is so weak and anemic is that we don't know that much about cross bearing. Now, maybe if we stop trying to be so much like the world, the world would start wanting to be more like us. Let me ask: Are we really carrying the cross today? I mean, are we really dying to ourselves? You see, this is what Jesus is calling us to do, and that's my prayer, is that we would truly be cross bearers for Jesus Christ, that we would die to ourselves, and we would carry the cross of Jesus, every day. And it's a daily thing. We have to challenge ourselves, and we have to die to ourselves every day so that we will carry the cross of Jesus everywhere we go. Anyway, hope that encourages you here on this Friday morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. And as always on Friday, if you find yourself, close to Hydro on Friday morning and you don't have a place to worship, come join us at Hydro First Baptist Church. We would certainly love for you to come and join us. But anyway, remember, Angie and I, we love you guys. We're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you soon. God bless you.